Welcome to the second game of the night in the MSL. We have a blockbuster contest with the Northern Hawks taking on Rockingham Cambio Cumbre. Both sides up there near the top of the table. Hawks are sitting in third position, Rockingham in second, but they've got a couple of games in hand over South Perth Alliance and have dropped less points throughout the regular season than they have. So a win for Cumbre today will keep their pressure up at the top of the table. If the Hawks are able to cause an upset, and it really will throw a spanner in the works. Quite a few of these Cumbre players getting back from the recent FA National Championships where they made the grand final. Tyler Garnett, Connor Cruz, Nicholas Kirkby and Alex Basto being the four of them. For Hawks, they also feature one state team player, that man being Ches Houston. Chris Rocky, who was part of the team and is a Northern Hawks player, but has recently announced his retirement from the game, isn't here today. But going through the lineups for the Hawks, Ches Houston wears number 5, Lukman Saeed wears number 7, Daniel Famato in net wearing 77, Chandra Mohan Nagendran, a former Cambio Cumbre product, wears number 8, Nathan Govis wears number 1, Betim Zeba, the number 2, Gabe Reynolds at the number 24, Michael De Philippis at the number 9, and Yanis Hamadi wearing 20. And for Cumbre, it's Nick Kirkby starting in goal wearing the number 22. Tyler Garner, the customary number 2, Connor Cruz wears 12, Alex Basto, the number 17, Nestor Fonseca, the number 55, Lloyd Allen, the number 16, Marcolino, the number 22, the number 23, I should say, Mohamed Tatanchi, the number 19, and Christian Rosano, the backup goalkeeper, wearing the number 33. Yanis Hamadi on the ball. Pass forward into Zeba. Now Houston. Shot was blocked. Back to Hamadi, who pokes it forward, trying to find Zeba. But the ball was offline. And Kirkby will get us back underway. It's Basto at the back for Cumbre. Cross-court pass finding Cruz, who looks for the run of Garner. Hamadi. Famato has to be careful here. Does well in the end. Hamadi. De Philippis, raised ball to Houston, who plays it off Tyler Garner. And the Hawks will have a side ball. Houston brings it in. De Philippis. Hamadi. Down the line, Zeba couldn't get the touch right. Connor Cruz. Now Garner. Ball to find Cruz, who cuts down the right wing and fires off a shot toward Famato's near post. It was blocked by Zeba on the way through. A side ball for Cumbre to come. Cruz leaves for Garner. And possession will go back to the Northern Hawks. It's Famato who plays Houston short. De Philippis, long ball forward to Zeba, who's being marshalled by Tyler Garner. Zeba looks to thread a pass to the back post where there was no one in black waiting for the ball. Connor Cruz. Ball in the middle. Ricochets off Alex Basto, and it's gone behind De Philippis. Has no option right of the ball. And forced to try and squeeze it inside to Houston. Houston goes long. It's a good ball to De Philippis, or to Yanis Hamadi rather. And Hawks are appealing for the corner, but referees with a bit of deliberation. It gets awarded a corner in the end. Hamadi to take it. Ball to Houston, whose effort was blocked by Tyler Garner. Another corner for the Hawks. No real clear-cut opportunities have been carved out for either side just yet. Houston on the volley. Probably the closest so far, but Kirkby watched it past his post. Long throw from Kirkby. Garner looked to spin around Houston. But the number 5 held up well defensively. Cumbre will take the side ball. Garner clips inside to Cruz. Back to Garner. He plays Kirkby. And Kirkby's ball to Basto is a good one. Cumbre with a good chance here. And somehow it stayed out. Famato was beaten. But it's hit the upright. Ricocheted to the other post and spilled back into play. Cumbre are knocking on the door, and that's all it takes. Zeba Presnick, Kirkby left the Hawks a man down, and Alex Basto showing his quality with what would have been a goal of the week contender had it found the back of the net. Garner's ball forward to Allen, who tries to hold up Zeba. He wants a foul, but the referee's allowed play to continue. And the whistle's gone in the end. Albert Miyembe is... I'm not sure. It looks like he's pointing the way of the Northern Hawks, but the ball's gone back to Cumbre. So first foul on the board. Garner on the wing. Gets beyond Reynolds and tries to cut it back across the face of goal. Garner in the middle. Houston knocks it back for Syed, who beats Basto. Has Reynolds. Now to Philippus. Back to Reynolds, who let it run across his body. Looks for the back row to Syed. Cruz bursting through. And now Allen. Basto. Out wide to Allen. Basto providing the run. Garner blocked by Houston, who puts it into touch. And Allen, the first substitute for Cumbre. It's Michael Lino who takes the field of play. Basto in the middle. Connor Cruz across court to Garner. Garner standing up Houston, cuts in on the right boot. But the effort was never going to be troubling for Famato. Reynolds makes a run forward off the ball. Saeed contests it in the air and Basto heads clear. Now it's Mohamed Tatonchi, who checks on Cruz, making way. Houston receives the layoff. Ball kept low and direct, but Kirkby saved with his leg. Garner to Basto. Back to Garner. Reverse pass trying to find Basto, but comfortable for Daniel Famato. Now Houston looks for the return ball. Got it caught underneath him, did the number 22. And Lino with a strike on target, but Famato palms it out of his bottom corner. Cambio Cumbre with the corner upfield. Basto, ball to the back post is... Well, it's gone behind. Chandra Nagendran on now for the Hawks against his former club. They'll move into the 3-1. Nagendran, it's a good touch to bring it down. He knocks it back for to Philippus. And now Lukman Syed. Nagendran clips it down the line. Could a chance be on for the Hawks? It was a good idea with the pass, but just couldn't keep it in play. Now Tatonchi to Garner. Ball forward is intercepted by DeFilippis. DeFilippis has to be careful here as last man. Tatonchi contesting. It's with Lukman Syed now. Syed losing out to Tatonchi, but tries to win it back. Fonseca. Ball through for Garner, and now Tatonchi's through. But Famato up his line smartly to win possession back for the Hawks. Knocked back for Nagendran. And now here's DeFilippis on the near side. Ball across to Syed, who Tried to find Nick Entrin in the middle. Fonseca's on the counter attack. Looked to skip beyond to Philippus, but Syed was there to marshal him over the line. Syed. Now it's Michael de Philippus. Ball clipped through from de Philippus. It was poor and it was given away. Chichanchi makes a run forward. Lino with a chance to go down the line, but he's on his non-preferred ride and it was comfortable for de Philippus in the end. Bamato, a long throw forward in the Nagendran direction, but the touch lets him down there. Ghana to Fonseca, back to Ghana. And the ball out wide to Lino, he can look for the return pass. Opts for the switch of play to Mohamed Chichanchi, ball inside. Finds Ghana. But just put into touches. Yanis Hamadi back on. Long throw looking for Hamadi. Fonseca knocks it down for Lino. Ghana. Fonseca. Ball into the middle is intercepted. Fonseca with a counter press to Philippus. Syed. Hamadi. Tries to cut beyond Fonseca. Loses out to Cruz, who's on the break, but that's a decent challenge by de Philippus to win back possession. De Philippus looks for the 1-2 around the corner. Fonseca trying to go up the other end, and that's taken quickly. De Philippus got his angles wrong there, but Cumbre were caught off guard for just a moment. Kirkby. Good throw from Kirkby. Puts it right into that corridor of uncertainty. And the 1-2 is Syed. Look to break away. Allen back on for Michael Lino. Fonseca, Cruz. Cruz again. And now Ghana. Ghana standing up. Michael de Philippus cuts in on the right boot. Switch your play to Cruz, who has space for a shot. And somehow, Bamato's got the hand down low. That looked destined for the bottom corner. So Cumbre, they really are knocking on the door. There's a gap in the middle that they can look to find as well. Left for Ghana. Blocked by Syed. Ghana again, just past that bottom corner. As Ches Houston comes back on. So too, Batim Zeba. Long throw forward for Zeba. Kirkby punches away. Quick beat by Connor Cruz. It's Ghana again, who has played every minute of the match so far. Fonseca being pressed by Zeba. Kirkby made the save either way. Flick through for Lloyd Allen. And Allen made something of it, but Yanis Hamadi did just enough. Long throw forward for Zeba, who tried to get the flick on. Kirkby happy to claim. Ghana. Allen back to Tyler Ghana. And the pass through, trying to find Allen. Famato off his line, and it went through the court divider, so it will be a side ball for Cumbre. Connor Cruz. Basto starting full back on now for Cumbre. Ghana. Ball through to Allen. Pinched by Hamadi. Houston knocks it back. De Philippus. Hamadi. Back to De Philippus. Knocked forward for Hamadi. One back by Tyler Garner. Houston with a tackle. Zeba back to Houston. Houston looked to spin around Cruz, but couldn't get there. Kirkby into the roof, and it's a side ball for the Northern Hawks. Gabe Reynolds back on for the Hawks. Betim Zeba, now Hamadi. Down the line, Reynolds looks for the 1-2, picked up by Allen. And the side ball going the way of Cumbre. Basto. Cruz. Garner. Allen. Back to Garner. Ball to the wing. Zeba with a good tackle. And now it's a 2-on-1. Zeba trying to find a way through. Still has it. And a side ball for the Northern Hawks. Hamadi cuts in and fires off the toe poke. Allen off to the bench. It's Tachanchi who comes back on. Houston receives in front of Garner. Ball falls loose and is now with Cruz. Houston with a high press. Cruz staying composed. Lovely ball to Tachanchi. Even better challenge by Hamadi. Garner gets a toe in. And now Basto's breaking away, but couldn't find the return ball to Garner as Nestor Fonseca checks back onto the court. Zeba, Hamadi, Zeba slips it through. Houston looks to go alone. Tries to cut it back for Reynolds. Fonseca with a little toe in. And it's gone the way of Cambio Cumbre. Alex Basto. Totonchi. Now Fonseca. Basto. Fonseca makes the run. And shoots from an acute angle. They've got the corner, Cambio Cumbre. And another chance to try one of their many set plays. Ball into the middle. It's cut out. Reynolds on the breakaway. Has Syed in support. Couldn't find the ball through. Kirkby has made a meal of it, but just made sure he got rid of it in the end. However, it looks to be two touch. Deliberation between the referees as to whether it's going to be two touch. It looks like the call will stand. So it looks like the two touch for a kick will stand. Ches Houston over the ball with Syed. A golden opportunity for the Hawks to send themselves one to the good. Kirkby looks like he's set up his wall very well, so it's going to be hard to find the angle. Syed hits the upright, so both teams have hit the woodwork once. It looks like Kirkby got a hand on it though, or else the ball would have gone straight to the Cumbre side if it just came off the bar and went straight out. Fonseca under high press here and forcing the error was Yanis Hamadi. It did take a touch off him though, so will be a Cumbre side ball from very deep within their defensive half. Cross-court ball to Kirkby, who's being used to break the press, and not a bad shot there. It was a half-pass, half shot, but gave Famato something to do. To Philippus, slips it through for Syed. Hamadi with a half chance, still going Syed. Fonseca back in numbers. Syed still going. Little roulette. Another ball to Ghana is found. Cumbre. Well, Ghana just restarting the play. Fonseca trying to catch Famato off his line. It was a good idea, but Famato is a good goalkeeper. He's always going to be alert to tricks of that kind. Nagendran back on for his second stint. Famato. Famato, long throw for Nagendran, who cuts in on the left, slips it through, and Nagendran's going to finish at the back post. It's a goal on return for Chandra Nagendran. He's sporting a new haircut, and it's paid dividends well. It was decent target play to hold the ball up, play it through, and then get on the end of the 1-2, and there's nothing Kirkby can do about that. There's an empty net tap-in, and the Northern Hawks, they take the lead perhaps a little bit against the run of play. Fonseca, great eye to see the pass, but it was read well. De Philippus has to be careful going up against Ghana. Syed with a Rabona down the line, I think, and it almost fell for Nagendran, but it was just over that blue line. Connor Cruz knocks it back for Ghana. Back to Cruz. Ghana again. Cruz once more. Ghana receives off Lino. And now has Alex Basto on the near side. Cruz, Basto. Cruz making the run off the ball. So too Ghana. Lino finds Basto. Good run from Lino to open up the space for Tyler Ghana, but the pressure comes in and Ghana just retreating back. Cruz on the wing. Ghana, time ball inside. Nagendran, it was an awkward clearance. He's going to have to make up for it. Syed getting in the way, and Nagendran, the goal scorer, comes off to the bench. It's Yanis Hamadi. He re-enters the court. Syed just slowing it down, not in any rush. 4.5 minutes left in this first half. Hamadi inside. Syed tried to play the ball through as Ghana comes off for his first rest of the contest. Allen to Cruz, who brings it up the line a little bit and gives it to Basto. Basto's ball through for Lino, who's under a bit of pressure here. Hamadi regains possession for the men in black. Houston very deep. Ball in the center was a little bit loose. De Philippus around the corner. Cruz, Basto. And the shot was off target. Daniel Famato drops it at the feet of Houston. Mikey De Philippus. Houston leaves it for Hamadi, who has space to drive forward. Ball down the line to Syed. Just wasn't good enough though. De Philippus. Hamadi. Houston couldn't skip beyond Lloyd Allen. And now Betim Ziba comes back on. Basto has a chance to drive forward. The substitution was made at the wrong time. Fonseca cuts inside, then back out. Ball through. And it was awkward, that's for sure. Northern Hawks defense relieved to see it go behind the goal. And nevertheless, Cambio Cumbre will have a corner. Fonseca waiting for it up the line. He's great from this kind of distance. And Lloyd Allen puts a block in for Fonseca. He's trying to stand up Ziba. You know this is what he loves to do. But Famato equal to the challenge. DeFilippis has it into the path of Ziba. DeFilippis. He hits the side netting. Fonseca shut that angle really well. Kirkby did enough to put Ziba off with the initial attempt also. And it's a good throw from Kirkby. But Allen can't beat Houston. Houston threads the needle for Ziba. And it's decent hold-up play from Ziba to roll it down the line. And the ball belted through the middle will result in another corner for the Hawks. Upfield to Philippus. Might sit for Houston. It does. And he pulled the trigger, but it just went marginally wide. Mohamed to Tonchi. Back on for Cambio Cumbre. Fonseca flicks it forward through for Tonchi. Houston strong in the challenge. And it's a timeout called by the Northern Hawks with the score standing at 1-0 in their favour. And both teams re-enter the field of play after the timeout. Cumbre ready to go. Northern Hawks are taking a bit of extra time, but they're out now. And we'll line up with Hamadi, Houston, Reynolds, and Betim Ziba. For Cumbre, it's to Tonchi Ghana, Basto, and Connor Cruz. You wouldn't be surprised if you see a strong press come out from Cumbre after this timeout. The ball falls short to Basto. And now Ghana, can he bring Cumbre level? The deflection took the power off the shot, and it sat well for Famato, who's gone over the top quickly. Ziba's done really well. Threaded it to the back post, and Houston got there ahead of Alex Basto. But again, just putting that effort wide of the target. Kirkby didn't get the technique right on that throw. Possession straight back to the Northern Hawks. Hamadi to Ziba. Ziba's done really well there and turns, forcing the save out of Kirkby. Ghana in a battle with Reynolds, and Ghana comes out the better, but then he hits the deck, and it's a foul going Cambio Cumbre's way. Ghana Now Mohamed Tatunchi has space to drive forward, but off back for Ghana. Here's Cruz, who tried to skip beyond Reynolds, but the youngster doing enough defensively to put it out for a sideline ball. Ghana on it again. Cruz, bit of a mistouch. Back to Ghana. Cruz, Tatunchi, Basto, Cruz, Ghana, Cumbre. They're keeping the ball nicely now, and Cruz shoots for that bottom corner. But Famato remained alert and palmed it out with the right hand. And now this time it's Cambio Cumbre who call a timeout to try work something from the set plate. We'll be back in just a moment. And Cumbre are out. They've discussed the set play they want to execute in great depth, and we'll see if they can do it on the big stage now. Northern Hawks set up defensively to try and mitigate the danger. Ghana, the architect on the ball. And just a bit of moisture getting cleaned off the court before the kick's taken. And Christian Rosano has come on now for Cambio Cumbre, replacing Kirkby. So we'll see if it's just momentarily or permanent for the rest of the game. Ghana. Ball into the middle. And now DeFilippis is on the counter-attack, but Cumbre get back quickly in numbers. DeFilippis still going. Syed. Houston! Maybe should have gone for goal. It was wide open. Went for the back post where DeFilippis was lurking. But again, just hitting the side netting from point-blank range. And Rosano. Cruz. Nice ball over the top for Basto. And the clearance comes in, almost hitting the streaming and equipment. But we got lucky there, and we're still online. We wouldn't want to miss a moment of this contest. Ball forward for Tatunchi. It was the right idea, but he halted the run momentarily, preventing him from reaching the end of the pass. DeFilippis, Houston, ball through, one back by Ghana. Danger now, but Famato can spot the counter quickly. DeFilippis, ball a little too long as Nestor Fonseca back on for this Cumbre side. It's Basto. Basto through, Houston with the read. Houston driving forward and trying to pick out Hamadi. The ball a little bit behind the number 20's run. And now it's Connor Cruz at the back for Cumbre. Forward through for Fonseca. Took a little touch off. I think it might have been Hamadi, so another set play for Cumbre. In fact, it's a side ball for Cumbre with 1 minute and 14 seconds left on the clock in this first half. They still trail by a goal, but have really been knocking on the door. Ghana. Now Basto. Fonseca, ball in the middle. Ghana recycles. And the switch from Cruz is read well by Sayed, but he's probably slowed the attack down a little bit too much. And De Philippis was convinced by Houston's check run. The ball just played out aimlessly. Ghana urging his troops forward. Rosano being used as a get out of pressure, but he didn't get his touch right, Christian Rosano. Hamadi, ball through, Sayed from an acute angle, but at the near post again the ball goes. Fonseca, oh sorry, it's Rosano, now it's Fonseca. Ghana playing up quite high, Bastos broke the line, De Philippis has to be precise here and is, and Houston with the low try, but it was rather tame. Now can Cumbre hit on the break? Ghana had Basto at the back post, but the sting was taken out of the cross, and Famato was alert. Ball in the middle. Sayed, a little bit of trickery, but Rosano's going to get there first. Cruz knocks it through for Ghana. Reverse pass to Fonseca. Fonseca still going. Can't beat Houston. And with 1.6 seconds left on the clock, it's a special number for this Cumbre side against the Northern Hawks. They had a corner, but this time it was no avail. And at the midpoint, it's half-time. Northern Hawks lead through Chandran Nagendran against Cambio Cumbre. 1-0. We'll be back after the interval with all the action from the second half.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
My word, it's not the same around before. What a save that was.
are back with the second half between Northern Hawks and Cambio Cumbre in the MSL. What a first half contest it was. The underdogs, the Northern Hawks, are leading 1-0 thanks to a Chandra Nagendran finish against his former club. But we know Cumbre, when they're down, they're never out, and they've definitely been given a grilling by Ghana and Fonseca at half-time, and will be out in search of blood this second period. Ghana back for Basto, and now it's Lloyd Allen. Connor Cruz, Ghana, Cumbre have started the second half with a good tempo. That's a good ball, Cruz, and that's the equalizer. It only took them 12 seconds into this second period to find it, and Connor Cruz on the end of a Charlie Ghana ball. Finished well underneath Hamadi, and just like that, they are on level terms. It did not take them long at all, but we'll see how the Hawks respond. They haven't had a chance to touch this ball in the second half, and they're already a goal down in the period. Ghana coming out feisty. Zeba, Ghana hits the jack, and he's in behind Reynolds. He goes to the ground, and it's a free kick. So a real opportunity now for the Hawks to hit the front again, and it's Lukman Syed who comes back on the field to play for it. Rosano, he hasn't had an awful lot to do since coming on. A couple touches on the ball from playing out of the back line, but I don't think he's been forced into a save yet, so he'll have to remain alert and be ready for this shot that's going to come in. Just within scoring range, you'd have to say. 8 or 9 meters out from goal. Just in front of that 10-meter spot. It's Michael De Philippis standing over the ball with Syed and Houston. De Philippis runs over it, leaves it for Houston. Syed. It's not the greatest of strikes, and Rosano wouldn't have been worried for a moment. Ghana, Connor Cruz, ball out wide to Allen, and that's a poor pass. Houston, that's a good goal. On the left boot, finds the bottom corner and puts Northern Hawks back into the lead. Cumbre were level for mere moments, but it was a poor ball from Allen. That was capitalised on by the Hawks talisman. And what a finish it was. Can't point any fingers at Rosano for the goal. There was nothing he could have done about it. Came out and made himself as big as possible. But when a shot is hit with that kind of power, but also that precision, it's almost impossible for goalkeepers to stop. And Cambio Cumbre with it to do once again. And again, it's a hot day in Perth, Western Australia. A lot of perspired bodies are hitting the hard surface of the court. So Tyler Gunner to the right of screen is just cleaning that sweat off the court. And it looks like it's all been done now. We are ready to get play back underway. And the whistle's gone. Kickoff is taken. Connor Cruz to Ghana. The two men who combine for Cumbre's only goal so far. Ball down the line. And Ghana, can he make something happen alone? For Marcho. He spooled it a little bit, but got there in the end to Philippis. Long ball through for Syed, but safe hands from Christian Rosano. Basto. Connor Cruz. Ghana on the wing has Reynolds to beat. Ghana, now Basto, back to Charlie Ghana. Reynolds again, the man ahead of him. Cruz, Ghana. Inside ball, back for Ghana. Shot was blocked, and now Syed's in a foot race. He does really well, Syed! But he could not add the finishing touch. That probably would have been goal of the week if it had gone in again. Up there with Wesley Vanegas's masterclass of a finish last night against the Condors. So we've had a near miss from Basto and a near miss from Lukman Syed after some absolutely individual brilliance. Fonseca, ball for Tyler Garner, who cuts in and switches it across to Lino. Fonseca in the center of the field. Now Basto, low drive comes in, but Famato never troubled with that effort. Houston, Reynolds, high press coming in. And De Philippis just flicks it around the corner, headed through for Lino. Now Basto pulls to the trigger, but it was always rising. And Rodriguez comes on with Yanis Hamadi. Famato short for Houston. Now Hamadi. Reynolds plays it off Basto. Yanis Hamadi again. Now Houston. Reverse ball, but couldn't find the man Rodriguez. Ghana. Rodriguez for Michael Lino. Oh, sorry, it's Ghana for Michael Lino. Ghana on it again. Now it's Fonseca on the near side. Has Hamadi to beat. But was unable to do so. Well defended. Yanis Hamadi. Ball in the middle. Lino. And now bounces back out to Ghana. Ghana across to Lino. Or it's Basto rather. Basto being pressed by Houston. Ghana, not much he could do with a ball like that. Raised off the ground and coming at him at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Just happy to let it go over the line. Rodriguez has to be quicker on the ball. Fonseca read that like a book. Ball through Hamadi. Tries to get the touch in. Ghana couldn't beat Yanis Hamadi, who's held up well defensively. And Chandra Nagendran getting ready to make his first appearance in this second half. Reynolds hits the jack and the whistle's gone. Not sure what happened there. Lino going into the referee's notebook for the challenge on Reynolds. Houston, a long ball forward into Nagendran and almost sat for him, but just got it caught between his legs. And now Lino. Basto. Ghana. Ball through. Basto in behind and just missing that bottom corner. A golden opportunity from Alex Basto, but just couldn't hit the target there. The 4-0 from Cumbre, catching out the Northern Hawks defense. It's Yanis Hamadi who was a culprit defensively for the chance. He got beaten. He lost his back. And Ghana, Michael Lino. Fonseca. Ghana again. Fonseca. And Nagendran with a good interception. Has Houston. Loves to hold up. Nice turn inside. Nagendran hits the jack. Houston looks for the return ball, and now Cumbre with a chance to counter. And Ghana hits the floor. Foul given away by Ches Houston. And now it's a giveaway by Basto. Ziba has no real options forward of the ball and just fires a side ball for the Hawks. It's not a bad result. Basso ball just slipping off his boot as he went for the ball out wide. Hamadi, toe poke, looking for that far corner as Connor Cruz re-enters the field of play. Rosano to Cruz. Lino ball in the middle. Fonseca marshaled by Houston. And the foul was given in the end. Houston a little bit too much physicality on Nestor Fonseca. Lino, Fonseca, Ghana. Back to Fonseca. Ghana again. Fonseca. Connor Cruz. Fonseca. In the middle to Cruz. Lino. Ball forward trying to find Fonseca, and they almost caught the Hawks out there. Tomato long. Ziba. Rosano had to contest, and Lino trying to keep it in play but couldn't. Michael DeFilippis. Lukman Sayed, cross court to DeFilippis. Gives it away to Fonseca. And that's another free kick. Fonseca reverses it to Lino. Back to Fonseca. And now Ghana. And it's 4 fouls, I think, for the Northern Hawks now. So they're in foul trouble, that's for sure. Fonseca. Ghana. Back to Nestor Fonseca. Ghana again. Roll and shoots, but couldn't get beyond Lukman Saeed. Ghana on the near side. Ball in the middle. Back to Ghana. Good block, Sayed. Still possessions with Cumbre. Fonseca. Lino. Fonseca. Dancing around. Couldn't find the angle for a shot. Now it's with Connor Cruz again. Out wide. Lino looks for the return ball, but sent away with a block by DeFilippis. Fonseca to Ghana. Haziba ahead of him. Fonseca cuts inside. Ball to Ghana. Heavy touch, and Ziba got there in time. Corner to come for Cambio Cumbre. Lino, Ghana, blocked again by Sayed. Ghana. Fonseca shoots from distance. And Famado got a touch on it, so it is a corner.
Don't overcommit. Let him. Don't overcommit.
Ghana wants it up the line. It's back for Fonseca, who shoots from distance. Famado with a good save. Through ball for Sayed, 3-on-2. And Sayed looked to play it forward for Ziba, but blocked by Fonseca. Ziba got his touch wrong there. It's back with Cumbre. Rosano to Connor Cruz. Garner. Ball through for Cruz, and that's a great volley. It's a good save as well. A brilliant stop by Formato, but the audacity of Connor Cruz to try that and almost have it come off really does show his quality. Up to Garner, who has Houston ahead of him, cuts inside, and it's a team effort. Gabe Reynolds back on for Cumbre, or for Hawks rather. Formato, Syed, ball in the middle, Reynolds knocks it back, Houston through for Syed, and that was so close. Look Ben Syed on the half volley, trying to pick out that top corner. Rosano was probably beaten if that was on target. Still 9 minutes left in the contest. Plenty of time for either side, really, especially with the stop clock as well. Garner, can he take this game into his own hands? Cruz forced back to Rosano. Long ball forward, and Basto jumps up for it, but couldn't get there in time. Formato to Philippus in the middle. Houston with a 1-2 to Philippus. Comes away with it. Needed to give that ball earlier. Houston with a reverse pass looking for Reynolds. Mohamed to Chonchi. Back on for Cambio Cumbre. Basto. Skip past to Fonseca, who tries to get beyond Houston. Formato comfortable at the near post to Philippus, in all sorts of trouble, but gets it through the middle to Houston. And a great save again, Formato down low. And Houston just poking it away. Formato, sorry, it's Fonseca. What a game Daniel Formato is having so far. So brilliant, isn't he? So yeah, playing with a bit of fire. Houston, ball down the line. Fonseca, Basto. Hawks can't afford to foul. They've got to get pressure on the ball also. Garner, can he beat to Philippus? Pass through, and Reynolds remained alert. Inside 8 minutes now, the final quarter of the contest. Fonseca waiting for Syed to dive in, but he didn't. Garner waiting for the Philippus to dive in, but also forced backward. Garner again now. Ball through, Fonseca with a layoff to Garner. Didn't have enough space to pull the trigger. And Basto collects it on the near side. Garner out wide on the wing. Ball through, Basto, and that's the equalizer. Lovely ball, lovely run. And the finish was just enough to get beyond Dan Formato. Alex Basto has the equalizer. And Cumbre are right back in the contest. A big final, 7.5 minutes in store. Hawks were pegged back the first time, but found a goal-ahead goal in response. We'll see if they can do the same again, or if Cumbre can pinch all 3 points. Reynolds, Syed, Reynolds losing out. Garner, Fonseca to Chonchi, Basto, now Garner again. Fonseca, Basto, Fonseca. Toying with Reynolds, gives it to Basto. Now Garner, through for Basto, but Formato, ball still alive for Alex Basto. Sits Fumado down and opts to reset the play. Ghana. Now Fonseca, he's got space and time. Cuts in. Shot was blocked and Hawks are under all sorts of pressure now. Ghana trying to get beyond Houston. Houston with a good steal. Syed. Pasto looking to steal to Philippus. Syed has to be careful. Not the time to be doing the fancy stuff there. To Philippus. Houston, he'll settle things at the back for the Hawks. Good ball down the line. Syed squares it. Reynolds comes around the outside. Poor ball, really. Reynolds still has it. And Basto clears away. Five and a half left. Pablo Rodriguez comes on with Yanis Hamadi.
Albert, you missed one down there.
Yanis Hamadi. Back to Rodriguez. Hamadi trying to get around Cruz, and that's a fifth foul.
We're going to protect the ball, not try and flick it through.
So Cumbre have Hawks on the ropes now to the score, but they've got the 5 fouls and a lot of tricky one-on-one players and good 10-meter specialists as well. So that's what they will be looking to do to win the game. Ghana, Fonseca. Ghana, can he draw a foul? Tries to stand Syed up. The Hawks are walking on eggshells. They can't risk conceding a challenge, have to be very vigilant and not dive in. Basto. Fonseca. Ghana. Looks for the ball through to Ghana. And it's a 6th foul. Rodriguez. A silly foul to give away for no reason. And Cambio Cumbre will go to the 10-meter mark. Ghana with a chance potentially to beat down Fumado. Fumado's a very good goalkeeper in his own right though, so we'll see if he can stand tall. Ghana against Famato to put Cumbre in the lead for the first time tonight. Famato could save, and it's a great defensive clearance from Lukman Syed. The Hawks really do get away with one there up the other end. Hamadi has to be careful with a challenge on the goalkeeper. Fonseca driving forward. Ghana on the wing. Pass to the back post, and Famato again there with the punch. Four minutes left in the contest. Couple subs made for the Northern Hawks. Gendron and Ches Houston coming back on. What a finale we've got in store. You'd rather be Cumbre the way the game sits in the balance now.
When it's this hot, perhaps.
Corner to come for Cumbre after the sweat is cleared from the floor once again. And it's fallen through for Gendron. Houston. Formato pumps it long. Rizzano clears through, and Formato happy to come and claim it. Long throw, Hamadi, Rizzano good in the air. Strong hands again. Cruz, Basto, Fonseca. Ghana. Hawks can't afford to foul. They've got to be careful with the pressure. Basto, Ghana with plenty of time and space. Houston with a block. And Formato happy to clear. Pass through for Ghana. Great challenge, Rodriguez. And Ghana finds the back of the net. 3-2 to Cambio Cumbre. Tyler Ghana finding a way beyond Formato. He didn't have much time to look where the goal was, but his instinct was in the right place. And with 4 minutes left to go, Hawks have it all to do now. They trail for the first time tonight, and we might see a fly keeper come out from the Northern Hawks. Sayed. Houston, Formato. Houston. Sayed. Houston. Sayed. And that's not far away at all. He almost found that top corner. Lukman Sayed. Rizzano, long throw. Sayed heads clear. Basto all the way back to Fonseca, who's going to look to milk the clock. Through for Basto. Great interception, Sayed. Reynolds, Hamadi. Good interception now, Fonseca. Hamadi wins it back. Reynolds, Hamadi. He's brought to the ground by Fonseca, so that's a foul against Cumbre this time. Hawks have pulled the keeper out of net. Formato up for Houston. Sayed. Houston. Formato. Shot was high and wide. Rizzano. Ball through for Ghana. Reynolds stumbling over. Can't afford to give away a foul. Houston. There to mop up for the Hawks. Ball back to Alex Basto, and now Fonseca. Ghana loses out to Hamadi, who can't afford to foul. Play allowed to continue. Sayed. Formato. Reynolds, ball through, and Houston's at the back post to level. It all started through Dan Formato with a bit of composure. And Reynolds found Chaz Houston, the captain, well, who's never going to miss from there. It's 3-0. We've got a ball game on our hands. Hawks are still on 5 fouls. That's got to be something you take into account. Will we see a winner, or will this contest end in a stalemate? Ghana, Fonseca, Connor Cruz, Fonseca, Cruz. Sayed defending really well. Hamadi on the breakaway. Can't catch Ghana late. Philippus can't stick out a late leg. Ghana ball through. Famato. Houston off the line. Boy, oh boy, we're on the edge of our seats for this one. Corner to come for Cumbre. Ball up the line. Fonseca. Switcher play. Connor Cruz. A Cumbre ball again. It's really heating up here at Subiaco tonight. Valuable points up for grabs, and Fonseca just running out of territory. This four on the court now for Cumbre have played a lot of minutes. So I'll be relieved that the Northern Hawks have called the timeout to get their break in. What the last couple we've got in store. Make sure you stick around. It's not something you want to miss. Futsal at its finest here in Perth, Western Australia. It's Cambio Cumbre 3, Northern Hawks 3. And we're back. It's the side ball for the Northern Hawks. Will we see the sides chasing the victory, or will we see them settle for the point apiece? Hawks with a good ball forward through Houston. They just hit the back heel of Yanis Hamadi.
Step into your left, so Mikey can bounce. Mikey, bounce if it goes, yep. Yanis, step left.
Ghana lobs it forward. Famato out to claim it. Famato goes long to Philippus in a tussle with Rosano. Good punch away, Rosano. Houston to Philippus under a high press here. Hamadi. Hamadi. Still going Hamadi. Through the legs. Good tackle, Basto. It's what he's there for. Ghana, they can't afford to foul him. Hamadi. A 3-on-2. Ball out wide, Sayed back post, and it's taking a touch off Fonseca. And a match-saving touch at that, because it was on its way through to Michael de Philippus, who was unmarked at the far post, and the Hawks are going to risk it all in the pursuit of victory. Famato is high off his line. Houston, Famato. Houston, Hamadi. Down the line to Philippus, and is that on target? It's not. But Hamadi really can't afford to risk it with those type of balls, as it would have cost the Hawks the game very unnecessarily. Famato taking his time, slowing the game down at stop clock, so no one minds. Both teams just get a bit of an extra rest. Famato, long throw through. Headed clear by Cruz. Ghana keeps it in well. Sayed knocks it up in the air. Houston. Fonseca shuckling it. Ghana. Famato. It's a poor clearance, but it's not costly in the end. And he gets on the end of that Connor Cruz shot down. Famato. It's only got 4 seconds. To Philippus. Hamadi. Houston. Ball down the line. Sayed. Looks for the reverse pass to Hamadi now with 38 seconds left. Famato is up again. to Philippus. This is futsal, isn't it? Hawks risking it all to try and win the game. They want to take points off last season's champions. They don't want to settle for a draw. To Philippus, Houston, Formato. Not one of his better efforts on goal. Not going to prove costless. The ball's got stuck in the roof, so he's got plenty of time to retreat. You saw what happened when these sides met in the semi-final of the summer season last time out. Hawks were winning, even at this stage in the game, and they threw it all away with a second to go. So we'll see what happens here. Rosano, long ball through 4. Well, originally I thought it was going to roll through for Formato, but it's gone out for a side ball. Houston, Cumbre with a very high line. The ball through for Hamadi. The last touch was off Fonseca. 14.5 seconds left to go. Formato. Houston. Ball through. Formato. Goes in hard. Syed. No keeper. Formato. Houston lobs it long. And we will settle for a 3-all draw here tonight. What a game of futsal that was. Jess Houston with a double. It was Chandra Nikendran with the other goal for the Northern Hawks for Cumbre. Alex Basto, Connor Cruz and Tyler Garner with 1 goal each as we end all square. Thank you for joining me throughout all the action tonight. We will see you next week for round 14. Thank you. Good night.
Victory for Perth Pumas.